see, we have everything all laid out again. I have all the pistons divided up, all the rings divided up, except for the one that I filed down. I want to double check this one, make sure that I have enough clearance to work with. So I'm going to use this one first. That way I know right away whether or not I need to order one or not. Now, as you can see, I dropped off the pistons with the machine shop, obviously, when I had it bored out, and they bored out each cylinder to a specific piston, and they wrote on here, so this is obviously for cylinder 5. So I have it in my corresponding 5 slot with the set of rings that I'm going to use for cylinder 5, and that goes all the way across the board. You can see there it says 7, 3, and so on and so forth. Obviously I have the driver's side, all the odds here, passenger side, all the evens over here. And it's going to be, it should go a lot easier now, especially since I know that these are made to fit the block, finally. And one more time, here's what I'm doing here. These are the specs for the piston rings. I'm going to go naturally aspirated first. Top ring, minimum at least 5 thou. At least 5.5 thou on the second ring. And the oil rings, you want quite a bit, about 15 thou of clearance there. So, lot of rings to do here, being as it is an 8-cylinder. So I'm gonna just pull up a chair, start knocking them out. Let's get this done. I just took the piston, which is now fits in here perfectly, and it's got 2 little thumb, or it's for the wrist pin, but if I put my thumb there, it's flush there, it's flush there. So I know that ring is sat in there nice and flush, so I can pull this back out. And then I can take my gauge here. The one on the left is the 5 thou, the one on the right is 6. And if I get you in there on that gap, it wants to start, but it doesn't actually go in. But then if I switch it over to the 5, there. And there's good healthy drag on it as I go across. Stupid lucky, because that is one that I was worried about. But it's good. We can move on and start knocking all of the other ones out. So this is now the last cylinder. I have all the other ones done, but I figured I'd bring you guys along on the very last one. So normally what I'll do is I'll grab a Ziploc baggie because I'm paranoid. I'll write cylinder 8 on it, grab all my rings, and I put the oil rings, since we don't gap this one, I put this right on the bag. We don't need it. Then I grab the piston, obviously numbered 8, and just because of how easy they are, I start with the oil scrapers. So these ones are so thin they just plop right in. Valve divots up because that's how they're gonna be. So just make sure that that's the same. That, and these you want at least 15 thou. So I have my 15 thou. This is just so you guys can see that gap that I'm talking about again on the oil scraper. So that's where I put my feeler gauge, right in there. Perfect. It's big, but with the oil scrapers, you don't need to be that tight. One down, set it on the bag, and then grab the second one. Do the exact same thing. Perfect. Pull that out. Now we move on to the ones that are going to require the grinding. I start with ring 1, which is the narrower of the two. So if you look here, I believe this one's about 30 thou wide, whereas this one's just about 65. So the 65 thou one is ring number 2, the 35 thou ring is ring number 1. So I start with ring number 1, number indications up. It's too tight, it won't even go in all the way, but that's where this guy comes in. I would recommend investing in a good ring filer. This is a pretty cheap one, and it shows. You gotta be really careful or else you'll end up filing or grinding your ring right here at an angle. So you gotta be really sure to go at it flat. Now I take a file, and this is all that I do. I just go right across the top, right across the bottom. No pressure, that's just to take that initial burr off. I got some acetone on here, just wipe it off. Trying to get as much of the metal off of it as possible. And it goes in now, fits in flat. So I'll start with the 3 thou and see if I can get that in there. Oh, it just bites. But it doesn't go all the way through, so take a little bit more off. Now this is the gritty and dirty stuff that you guys don't see. I did all the other cylinders. I only filmed half of them, but it's all part of the process. I'm even going a little fast on this one, but it's kind of nice. I had some music on, put some music on, sit back, relax, take your time, and just enjoy the process. Thou now goes in. Back to the filer. Now we can upgrade to the 5 thou. Ooh, almost. It goes in, but it kind of binds up. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of a dusting here. There we go. So when you drag it across, you just want a little bit of resistance. So you stick it in there, and you just want to be able to pull it across, kind of like a piece of paper between your 2 fingernails. You want about that much resistance. So this one's done. Add it to the pile. Put the piston back into the bag. Set that there. Just like that, we're all done. I did have one ring break, and it actually went like this, and just as I went to go pinch it together to put it into the cylinder, I barely even breathed on it. And if you look down in here, actually, you can see right there is actually the only fresh metal. That's all black and treated with like a black oxide type finish like this is. Even on this one, if we take a peek at it, you can see just a little bit of fresh metal, and then that all is very porous and not clean. And even where it broke, it wasn't a clean break. You can see this is all what was already busted and broken and porous. And you can see how it tapers away and how jagged that is compared to this flat spot, which was actually connected. So super bummer. This one too, like further back, you can see some more porosity in the metal, which isn't a very good sign, but could be worse things. I already contacted the company and they're going to send me out a fresh one. This being the only real hiccup that I ran into while gapping all the rings, I'm a happy camper. This was the really time-consuming part of this task. With that being said, the next couple of pieces are going to go really fast and really big steps. Next Friday's upload is going to be putting the lower rotating assembly all together. Pistons going on to the connecting rods, crankshafts going in, everything's getting bolted together. Big step. Everything should go pretty smooth from here on out, so you aren't going to miss anything. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. If you like what you saw, leave a like. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, as always, leave them down below. Until then, we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.